Testing 1 2 test 1 2. Testing 1 2 test 1 2. Masih testing 1 2 test. Testing 1 2 test 1 2. Masih testing 1 2 test. Testing 1 2 test 1 2. Masih testing 1 2 test. Okay, music is good. Okay. So good evening, good night, I suppose. It's 9:30 right now. So now I will be continuing to record on certain topics that I feel like is quite important. So this one will be regarding sets because I believe most of you have forgotten most of it. So we will need revision, and therefore here it is. Okay. So let's just start, shall we? So in terms of sets, set theory. Okay. In terms of sets, what you want to know is what are they, how do you write them out, the symbols, and what questions can come out. The type of questions are actually a lot, but most of them surround certain things. So let's talk about it. Yeah. Okay, so set theory. Okay, I believe the stream is working good. Yeah. So for this one, we know that over here you are given 3 sets. Okay, so let me just check. Over here you are given 3 sets. Okay, and you can see that the Venn diagram shows 3 sets PQ and R given NQ is 19, find NR prime. So before this, let's talk about the symbols themselves. Okay. Symbols. Okay. If you have circle 1, circle 2, we call this A and B. This symbol U say means everything. The exact name is union. We say that A, U, B means we take everything. Okay, so this should be this portion. Okay, if you have A, B and we say A and B, we call this intersection. It basically means that you take the overlapping part. So A, U, B means you take everything. A and B means you take the overlapping part. So it will be this portion over here. If you have prime, this dot over here, or you might see it written as C, this basically means outside. We call this the complement. So if we write A prime, we say A complement means everything outside of A. So this portion is in A, doesn't count. This portion is in A, doesn't count. This portion is outside A, it counts. Therefore, we say that this is A prime, B, A prime. The last one that you might see is a minus b, or written as a slash b, like this, a right slash b. This means difference. So if I say a minus b, I mean I want the things in a, I do not want the things that are also in b. So the things in b we don't want, so b is here, don't want, b is also here, don't want. We only take this part which is in a but not in b. So we don't want b, we only want a. Therefore the middle portion, since it is also in b, we don't want b, we want this only, we want this section in a only. Okay, so we basically have that. So that's that lah. Okay, then we continue. Okay, so next you want to know some certain more symbols. Squiggle. This thing refers to the universal set. This usually means everything. So for example, for question 1 over there, for example for question 1 over there, since there is nothing outside of PQR, your PQR, all these three sets, they combine together to form the universal set, and we basically write them as P union Q union R. So you take everything from P, from Q, and from R, you take everything, and then therefore this forms the universal set, which is this squiggle over here. You can look this up. It's the Greek letter for x. We call this psi, xi, psi. Yeah, this is lowercase psi. Okay, you can look it up yourself. And then other than this, we say that we say that if something is inside a set, we say that a certain element A is inside the set A. Okay, for example, A might be the set A, B, C. A might be the set containing elements and containing things A, B, C, these three things. So if a single thing is inside the set, we use this symbol over here. We call this in. Yeah, just called in, that's basically it. If it's not in, then it's not in. If it's not in, we draw this, not in. Oh, it's the other way. We say this, not inside. Inside, not inside. Okay. If we want to say, same example, if we want to say a smaller set is within a larger set, we call it a subset. If we say that we want to say a subset is within another set, let's say I have another set B that only has the things A and B, so it is effectively a smaller set from A. We say that we say that B is a subset of A. We use this C over here, we call this subset. Okay, but if you have subset, then you also can have not subset. Let's say C is a set where you have donkey and E inside it, C and donkey for example. So although C the thing is inside A as well, but donkey is not inside, therefore the set C, which only contains C and donkey, is not a subset of A. So we say that C not a subset of A, like this. And this should pretty much cover the symbols that you need to know already. Okay. So let's try to go through the questions. Anything we can continue from, anything else, anything needed, we can continue from there. Okay. Okay. So Q1 over here says that the Venn diagram contains three sets PQR. Given NQ equals to 19, find NR prime. Okay, what does N mean? you see the numbers inside the sets over there, right? And sets can be of any shape. We usually use circles, but they can be triangles, they can be rectangles, whatever you want, as long as they are shapes and they contain things. They might not need to contain things yet. Oh yeah, empty set. This thing, we go on top. This thing or this thing, we call this the empty set. This is basically a set that has nothing inside it. Yeah, it's empty. It's just empty. Yeah, it has nothing inside it. Okay. Yeah. So continue. EQR n in it. Okay. If you want to represent your things inside a set, you will need a dot. Okay. So for example, for your ABC over here, I will be drawing a small circle and then I will put the things A, B, C inside with a dot in front of them like this. It must have a dot. Why is this the case? Because you can also put numbers inside the sets, and this will represent the number of things inside that particular region. Okay? So the number of things that exist within there. Okay? So in this case, you can see that the expressions or the numbers inside this question PQR, inside the sets PQR, all of them, they don't have any dots in front. Therefore, what they represent is the number of things that exist within that region. Okay? So, how do you want to go about this? Since it gives you the information NQ equals to 19, what this means is the number of things inside the entire set Q, the rectangle, is equal to 19. Therefore, wants you to find, from there you can try to solve for x, because in the end what we want is the number of things inside the set that is called R prime. R prime, which since there's a prime out over there, means the portion that is outside of R. Okay? So in this case, your NQ equals to 19. Okay, so how do you define NQ? There are 3 portions over there that have 3 numbers. So you basically just take all 3 and add them up together. Then you will get the total to be 19. So 6 plus 3x plus x plus 1. This will get you 4x plus 7, and this is equal to 19. Okay, so since 4x plus 7 equals to 19, you can rearrange it and find the value and solve for and find the value of x. Okay, so 4x plus 7 equals to 19. 4x equals to 19 minus plus equals becomes minus 19 minus 7, you get 12. Therefore x, you want to get rid of the 4 you bring over, become divide, multiply become divide, so 12 divide 4, you get 3. So x equals to 3. Then you want to find, let me just check the stream. Okay, good. You want to find the things that exist in R prime. Okay, so in this case, let me just draw a small one. This is P, this is Q, this is R. Okay, P, Q, R. In this case, your R prime refers to the things that are outside of R. So this portion yes, this portion yes, this portion yes. Whereas this is inside R, no. This is inside R, no. So we want the 3 portions that are outside of R instead. Therefore, what we have over here is your number of things inside the set called R prime is equal to 3x plus 6. So this one plus this one plus this one plus 3x plus 6 plus 3x minus 2. Then you can add together, you will get 6x plus 6 minus 2, you get plus 4. So this would be the expression for nr prime. But since you already have the value for x, just substitute it into the expression. Therefore, you will get 6 bracket 3 plus 4. Then you can get the number of things inside the set R prime is 18 plus 4, 22. Nothing else you need to do here. This is the answer. Okay. So this question tests you whether you know what n means. and in this case n refers to the number of elements inside the set or the portion of that particular region. Like this portion has a 6 inside it, therefore there are 6 things inside the set. This portion has a 3x inside it, therefore there are 3x things inside the set. And then same goes to the other region, other portions anyway. Okay, next. There are a lot of questions, but most of them they talk about the same thing. It's just that you need to be very knowledgeable about sets, about the basics. Then you'll be able to go through the questions. Okay. So Q2, the diagram below shows set psi. Psi is a universal set, so it's basically an entire big rectangle. Set P, set Q, and set R. All three are within the region. Given NP union R equals to NQ and N of Q union R prime, find the value of X. So how do you locate these combined sets? Okay, let me just draw it out first. Okay. Your P is here, Q is here, R is here. Okay. So we want to know P union R. Okay, so what does it give us? It gives us that P union R is equal, the number of things inside this set is equal to the number of things inside the set Q union R prime. So let's look at what is this. Let's take a look at where they are. P union R means you take everything from P and R. Therefore, for purple color P union PUR, this portion yes inside P, this portion yes inside P. It's also inside Q, but it doesn't matter as long as it's in one of the sets. Then we just take it. Okay, so it's in P. Yes, we need it. So R is only a singular set over here. Is here. Yeah, we need it. Take it. Okay. So these three portions will be P, Q, and R. So your n of the number of things inside PUR will be equal to will be this number. The number of sets inside your PUR will be equal to 3x minus 1 plus 4 plus 3x. This is equal to 6x plus 4 minus 1 plus 3. There you have it. Okay. Next, we want to find the set Q union R prime. Okay. Q union R means we take everything from Q and from R. Therefore, this portion yes, this portion yes, R itself yes. But we want everything that's outside of Q union R because there's a prime over there. We want the complement of QUR. Therefore, we change all this to no's, and then we take everything else instead. So this one gets a yes, this one gets a yes. And no, there are no other regions to take. This is your answer. Therefore, the number of things inside Q union R prime will be equal to 3x minus 1 plus the one that's outside, so that will be 5x minus 2. Rearrange 8x minus 2 minus 1 minus 3. Okay. So therefore, to find your x, since the question already give you that NPUR equals to NQR prime, then these two things will be equal to each other. So 6x plus 3 equals to 8x minus 3. You rearrange them, you should get ax minus 6x equals to this one you bring over, this one you bring over, so 3 plus 3 you get this. A minus 6 is 2, 3 plus 3 is 6. 2 you bring over to the right, 6 divided by 2 you get a single 3. And else you need to do, this is your answer. Okay? Oh well, okay, no wonder. Okay, understand? Okay, great. Okay, we continue. Okay, Based on the diagram, determine whether okay, let's look at this. Okay, based on the diagram. Okay, so question 3, it gives us this diagram over here. It's a bit weird, but yeah. Don't have to. Others we joy to fit. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so you have P, you have Q, and you have R. P is a big rectangle, Q is a small rectangle, R is the entire triangle. So we have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So part A, it wants us to say asks us whether Q union Q U R and P prime equals to 4 is true or false. Okay, so let's look at where is this even. Q U R and P prime. In terms of this kind of combined relationships, we usually go from left to right no matter what, unless there are parentheses, unless there are brackets. So unless they are brackets, so we just follow the usual arithmetic method lah. So yeah, so we do brackets no matter what, then after that we go from left to right. Yeah, it's still the same method. Okay, so let's look at it. Q U R and P prime. Yeah. Okay, back to this. I guess I'll need to cut it short. 1 hour. Everything else I'll just do after that. Everything else we have to wait until the trials. After this stuff. It won't be in time for trials, but it will definitely be in time for the main event, which is SPM itself. So okay, Q U R and P prime. Your Q union R is okay. Let's take a look at it. I'll highlight this purple. QUR. Wait, let me double check. Is the stream running? Yeah, the stream is running. Is the stream running over here? Excellent connection, good. Okay, so QUR, it means you take everything in Q and R, so it will be a take over here for both portions in Q and everything in R as well, so this is a take 2. Okay, then you want to overlap with P prime, so we change a different color and see where is P prime. Okay, P prime, P is this entire rectangle over here, the big one. Therefore, the only portion that is outside of the large rectangle is this part over here, which happens to be in R. Okay, so since our purple is this 4, Q union R, and then our QUR, and then our P prime is this singular portion over here with the green tick inside it, because it's outside of the entire large rectangle. So to overlap these two things means we want to select the portions where you have both colors, so both purple and green in this case. Therefore, the value of this will be equal to 5. Yeah. So the number of things that is inside this particular set is equal to 5, and therefore is not equal to 4, which means the answer for this particular true or false question will be false. Okay. Okay, so next you want to find a way to represent this particular shaded region. Let me just draw it out again so that I'm not destroying the existing copy. So this is P, this is Q, this is R again. So you want to find a way to represent the shaded region. I'll shade it in gray over here like this. Okay, so how do you talk about this? This is definitely R. These two regions are all are both in R, so we definitely need R over here. But it seems that we need to exclude out P, the portions in P. We need to exclude out the center section, which happens to be in P. So how do we talk about this? You start from R. Okay, you start from R. So it will be 1, 2, 3. But you want to get rid of this section. How to get rid of it? You want to let's see, how do you do this? You want to, okay, I think, yeah, okay, there are a few ways to do this. So if you want to represent it in one single swoop, what you can do is I can try to intersect it with P. Then okay, let's go about this. Q, the portion outside Q is, okay, let me just, the portion outside Q, let me just change to a different layer so that I can erase whatever I want. The portion outside Q happens to be this thing and this thing over here. Okay, and then the portion outside P, okay. Yeah, then but you want to exclude this, you basically want to get rid of P directly, so you can minus it out actually if you really want to. So the easiest way to do this is to get R and then minus out P. So you want the things that are in R but in P, so that will leave you this thing. That still doesn't work, right? So if we cannot do it in one single step, we can do it in two steps. So which means we separate the two portions. This portion over here is the overlapping portion with Q and R, so you can represent it as Q and R. Yeah, Q and R is over here because Q is small only, so Q and R is over here. Then this portion over here, as we have seen from above from part A, is essentially P prime. So I can write the P prime over here. Then what else do I need to do? Just union these two things together. Just union these two things together. Yeah, and that's basically it. You have the answer already. So yeah, just union these two things are separate. Just add them together lah. So you just take this union. So you just put a U in between these two things. Yeah. So in essence, you have managed to represent the shaded region in one single relationship. It's not a single step, but this is good enough already. You don't have to push it such that you must do it in one single step. No, not necessary. Yeah. So but it's basically that lah. Therefore this is the answer. Tang. Yeah. Okay. So there will be questions like this that ask you to represent the shaded region in a certain relationship. There are questions like this in like paper 1. You can tembak out obviously, because you can try and error because there are 4 options. But if it comes to subjective questions like these, then you just want to reason it. If the shaded region you can't do it in one single step, just split it into 2 different regions and do it 2 separate ways, and then after that just union them together if possible. Yeah. So that will be that. Next. Just put here. Okay, notch. Next is Q4. Q4, it gives you that this diagram is an incomplete Venn diagram. Okay, let's just put this here. Okay, we've set psi, so the universal set is over there. Let's just draw this out. Wait, let me switch back. Let me switch back to the. Okay. If needed, I can do some shading. Okay, this is your universal set psi. This is your set Q. This is your set P. This is your set R. Okay. As given by the question. If you are drawing this yourself, you can draw them in circles, in triangles, any shape you want, as long as you can draw them in any shape you want, as long as they are correct. Yeah, Venn diagrams do not have to be circles. Yeah. So over here, it will definitely ask you to finish up the Venn diagram. So we want to look at the information it gives you. Given that n of psi, everything inside is 180, n of p is 30, n of q is 112, n of r is 35, n of q and r is 6. Okay, so and then you can see that over there in the Venn diagram given in the question, there is already a singular number 2 over here already. Okay, so we can directly use it to kickstart our process. How do you fill the numbers? Your P over here, your PQR refers to the entire graph. So and number of things inside P, since there's a 2 over there already, then the remaining half will have 330 minus 2, so this should be 28. It means a different color, so this should be 28. Then Q, we know the entire thing is 112, but we don't have enough information, so just leave it first. NR is 35, we also don't have enough information, we leave it first. And n of Q and R, so the portion of Q overlapping R, which is this thing over here, has a number of elements of 6. Therefore, just put the 6 inside here. Then after you put the 6 inside here, we directly have enough information to complete our R. So the other half will be 35 minus 6, so you will get 29. Then after this, we also have enough information to complete Q. So Q will be 112 minus 2 minus 6. So that will be 112 minus 8. You can put it into your calculator, you will get 104. Then after that, you want to double check whether there's anything outside of P, Q and R. So the outer portion, you just take 180, the entire thing, the number of things inside the universal set, to minus out all the portions. Okay, so you get this. Then after going through, you should able to get the answer would be, let me just double check. 11. You will get the answer to be 11. Therefore, the things that are outside of PQ and R will be a single. It will be 11 things outside over here. So this is how you complete the Venn diagram given the information. This is not that hard. There are other questions that we will see in the next session. I don't think I have enough time for this particular session. But anyway, we just see how much we can go for. Okay, and then this is part A. Then part B asks you to find the difference between the number of students who did not participate in any game and the number of students who played Pentec only. So P is the portion for Pentec. P is for Pentec. So that would be 30 students who play Pentec only. So that would be 28 students. So I have no idea what Pentec is actually. So Pentec only, that will be this portion over here, which has no overlap with Q. It will be 28. The number of students who did not participate in any game, nothing. This will be the outsider, so that will be 11 over here like this. So the answer that the question wants is just taking 28 to minus 11, just find the difference, then you will get 17, and that is basically it. Okay, next. Oh, one more. Find n of p, n, q prime, u, r, and q. Quite convoluted. Let's see how we can go about it. Let's see. Number of things inside the set, the combined set P overlap Q prime, Q complement, or union together with R intersect Q. Okay, and then you want the number of things inside it. So I'll use green for P and Q prime. I'll use light blue, turquoise-ish for R and Q. Then union is the entire thing lah. So let me change layers so I can erase whatever I want. Okay, P and Q prime. P and Q prime intersect. P is here. Tick. Q is inside this entire thing. So Q prime with everything is outside it. So that will be this portion, this box we take, with this box we take already, and this box over here. So we want the portion that they are overlapping. Okay. Yeah, I see already. So it should be this box, oh there's a double tick, and this box as well. So we want P to intersect with Q prime, with P to overlap with Q prime, and there is only one region that satisfies this condition, and that will be the box outside over here that has two green ticks. Therefore it will be this one over here, and therefore it will be 28. Okay, so this portion has 28 people. Okay, next is R intersect Q. R intersect Q is the portion where R overlaps with Q, which is only this portion. There are no other things. Since there are no other modifications, this is our answer directly for R intersect Q, and therefore this will be 6 people. Therefore, in the end, this would be the number of the, so the two sets you add together will be 28 plus 6, so you will get 34. Because you union, so you just add the things together, so you will get 34 in total, and therefore this will be our answer. 28 plus 6, you get 34. This is the answer. Okay, any questions? If no, we move on. I mean, obviously there are no students right now, but if you are watching this, please make sure to at least attempt the questions on your own first before listening to my explanation and answers, because it's on the questions are on the screen. You have time to pause and ponder and walk through it first. Okay. A is fine. P, the relationship, okay, if you look at 5A, the relationship between set P and set Q, P is a subset of Q. Yes, basically A is only one mark. Yeah, just say P is a subset of Q. If you want to draw the squiggly, so you can, if you want to, just draw the squiggly that says P subset of Q. Same thing. Okay. B1, P is a set of odd numbers, set Q is a set of multiples of 2. Do they even have overlap? No, right? P is here. There are no odd numbers that are multiples of 2. Q is here. This is a P, this is a Q. Done. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Okay, given 3 sets, Okay, this one maybe I need to talk about. Given three sets P, Q, R with universal set P, Q, P and Q and R, P overlap Q is nothing. P and Q together is inside. If P and Q together, P and Q, P plus Q, P and Q together is a subset of R, is inside R. So how do you know about this? We go. Your P and your Q have no overlap. So wait, it's a bit hard to. Okay, there. P and Q have no overlap. So you can draw one single P and one single Q over here. They have no overlap. Their overlap is an empty set, means that they have no overlap. You can't find any, that's why it's an empty set. That's why there's nothing inside it. So because they have no overlap, then your P union Q, so both of these sets will add together is inside a larger set R. Therefore, just draw a large rectangle that says R. So P and Q together is inside R. That's basically it. Nothing else. Is there anything else you need to do? Not really. This is your answer. You only have two conditions to fulfill. So P and Q, P and Q have no overlap. Done. P and Q together is inside R. Done. Therefore, there is nothing else you need to do. Okay, moving on. Okay, this is roughly the same thing. I'll leave it on screen long enough so you can pause and walk through the question. It's just testing your own understanding. It's the exact same question as per question 4. So I'm not going to go through it. Okay, question 7, this one is just more like practice for you to know how to shade. Let's go through some more involved ones. Okay, let's take a look at. Let's go through some more involved ones. The others I believe should be fine. Let's go through some more involved ones. Okay, let's look at C2 over there. Press space. Press the hand. Grab. Let's look at C2. You are okay. P Q R P it's still lagging for a reason. Maybe there's too much things in the background. I mean, yeah, I'm running out of time. I have to cut short later. I do have other questions prepared, but I guess there's only so much time. So I'll have to do the rest. I'll have to do the rest tomorrow. Yeah. Let's get rid of this one first. Oh, I think YouTube is not receiving enough video. I know. Please, laptop, please don't die on me right now. Let me at least finish this first. Okay, let's look at something a bit more involved. So this is P, Q, and R, and the relationship that you need to represent is Q and R prime union P and R prime. Okay, you can see the position of the prime is different. Okay, so Q and R prime. Let's use blue color for this. Let's also change to the other layer. Okay, So Q overlap with R prime. Q is here, so I'll put 2 ticks. Come on. E. Why do I feel like it's going to crash? Like, yeah. This means I need to stop it. Why does it seem like it's going to crash for a reason? Okay, Q. Where's my cursor? Just woke. Come on, it's the antivirus. It's the anti-malware thing eating up my CPU again. Well, let's take a look. Most likely, actually. Most likely. Or else it wouldn't be this slow. It has not been this slow since during afternoon. Oh. Even Task Manager loads so slowly. Oh, never mind. It says OBS. I mean, I guess it used to, but it says OBS. Right, makes sense. Okay lah. Back to this. Let's finish this up. Q is these 2 portions. R prime is the portions that are outside of R. So since R is this entire rectangular box over here, this one, your things that are outside of R would be this portion and this portion over here. Okay, so N means overlap. So since we want to find the overlapping portion, we basically want to find the portion that has 2 ticks, which would be this portion over here. Yeah, so this one so this one is gone, this one is gone. Okay, yeah, we don't need it anymore. Okay. Next, P intersect Q prime, prime, so that would be E. Okay, intersect P in R prime, so we will get P in R and then take everything outside of it. Okay. P in Q, P overlap with Q. Since P is large, Q is small, the overlapping portion is basically the entire Q. So it will be this portion over here and this portion over here. Yeah, so it will be the entire Q because Q is a subset of P. Q is inside P. So P intersect P in P and Q. P in Q. P and Q means they overlap, so we take the entire Q. But since we want the outside portion, we do not want these 2 things. We want everything else. So it will be this and this. This. Oh yeah, this also counts. Yeah, this and this. So everything else that is not in Q. Okay, so we get 3 portions. So since we want, so therefore, and then lastly, you see what they want between these 2 things, they want a union. They want a U, which means you take everything from it. Therefore, the shaded region in this case is just this blue one plus this purple one over here. So you shade everything like this. So you just go on round like this lah. Then this should be good enough already. Then this is your answer. So the ones that you don't shade is basically the middle part. Everything else you shade. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. We look at one more where the shape of the sets is a bit weird. Everything else we will continue tomorrow or something. Tomorrow night maybe? I mean, and beyond this lah. After going through this, I need to work on other stuff. There is also deadlining soon. Okay, so you have P, you have Q, you have R. In this case, now we have a triangle, and the set we want to represent is Q intersect R prime. Okay, prime is outside. Q intersect R, entire thing prime, intersect with P. Okay. So again, we first look at Q intersect R prime. So Q intersect R means you want to take the portions that are overlapping within Q and R. So it will be this one where both the triangle and the rectangle overlapping with this one as well. But since we want to, since it's a prime outside the entire bracket, we want to take everything that's outside of it. Therefore, we do not want these two things, and instead we take this one inside here, this one, this sub triangle, and also this one. We take these 5 portions instead. Okay. So these two you don't want. Okay. Then you want to intersect with P. P is this and and this and this. So these 4 portions. So to intersect means to take the things that are the same, that overlap. So in this case, we want to take the portions that are both have a blue tick and a green tick, which will be this portion there's both blue and green tick, and this portion as well. Okay, so you have 3 portions. Therefore, everything else you do not need to shape. So just leave with this. This center one you don't have to shape, because although it's in P, it's not within Q and R prime. Okay, so this is that lah. What am I listening to? Oh, sorry. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so this will be that. Okay, I would like to continue because I do have some more questions prepared, but unfortunately I do not have enough time for now, so I would meet you guys in the next live stream. I will catch you another time. Thanks for tuning in and see you.